Here is the single most important question in Calyx hosting for 2026. It's not whether you own your own data. Every host claims that you do. But there's the part that they don't tell you. You can't get to it like you own it. You can't control it like you own it. You can't protect it like you own it. The real question is whether you own your own Microsoft tenant. A Microsoft tenant is just your Microsoft 365 environment, your section of the cloud. You'll also hear it called a cloud subscription. Same thing, your own contract with Microsoft, your own keys, your own audit trail. By the way, AWS has the same setup. AWS calls it an account instead of a tenant, but it works the same way. If your hosting vendor runs on AWS, ask the same question. Whose name is on the AWS account that holds your borrower data? In most Calyx hosting deals, that tenant or AWS account belongs to the software vendor, not to you. And this isn't just an audit question, it's a security question. You can't enforce your own security standards on a tenant you don't own. Your policies, your access controls, your alerts, they live or die at someone else's direction. Here's the harder truth. Most breaches that hit vendor institutions today happen at the vendor level, not at the institution itself. Shared hardware, shared tenants, shared infrastructure. When the vendor falls, your borrower data is in the spillover. If you want to sleep at night, you want your own dedicated tenant. Your auditors know this too. That's why the tenant question ends an audit fast. I'm Justin Kirsch with Access Business Technology. Today, the Calyx Hosting Buyer's Guide your CFO, your IT director, and your auditor all want you to read. Most Calyx hosting marketing leads with words that mattered 15 years ago. Uptime guarantees, backup frequency, US-based support. Those things still matter. They're also table stakes. Everybody has them now. They're not differentiators anymore. The questions that move an auditor's pen in 2026 are different. Where does the live data actually sit? Who owns the cloud subscription that holds your borrower documents? How many parties are between your loan officer and Microsoft or AWS? And what does the bill look like in year 5 if your headcount doubles? Most Calyx hosting works like this. You buy from a software vendor. The software vendor runs on a cloud reseller. The cloud reseller runs on AWS or Microsoft Azure underneath. 3 companies between you and your data. Your name is on some of those contracts, perhaps the hoster, the MSP, the software vendor, probably, but your name is not on the contract that matters most, the contract with the cloud platform itself, Azure or AWS, where your data actually lives. The contract belongs to the middle vendor, not to you. Here's why that matters beyond the audit. When a hosting vendor's cloud account gets breached, and some do, your borrower data can be in the spillover, even if the breach wasn't your fault. Your cyber insurance carrier still asks one question: who held the data when the breach happened? If the answer is our hosting vendor, your renewal premium goes up. Your sublimits get tighter. Your carve-outs for vendor-managed environments start showing up in the policy. The breach wasn't yours, but the premium increase and the outfall was. Here's how ABT setup is fundamentally different. We don't put all of our customers' data in one big shared place. Every single customer gets their own cloud subscription, their own dedicated tenant in their name. Statistically, that massively reduces the chances of a breach hitting your data. Here's what most buyer evaluations miss. Dedicated, That word is most overused word in Calyx hosting marketing. Almost every provider claims it. Almost none of them mean what your auditor means when she uses it. Real Dedicated has 3 layers, not 1. Your own dedicated server, your own dedicated Microsoft tenant, your own dedicated Calyx PointCentral, not a shared server with strangers, not a shared tenant with another lender, not a Calyx instance running on a shared anything. When all 3 layers are dedicated to you and you only, the contract chain shortens. 2 hops to Microsoft in your name, not 3 hops where a middle vendor's cloud account holds your borrower data. The account at Microsoft is in your institution's name, yours when you sign up, yours if you ever leave. ABT has hosted Calyx since 2004. We were the first Calyx hosting partner. Today, we're the largest Tier 1 Microsoft Cloud solution provider built for the mortgage industry. More than 750 banks, credit unions, and mortgage companies run on the platform. Here's what makes our hosting different from any other. We don't just run your Calyx environment. We watch it around the clock through something we call Guardian. Guardian is not a product you install. It's our operating model. The structured way we harden, monitor, and surface what matters on every Microsoft 365 tenant we manage and every Azure user environment we host. Microsoft Security Stack runs inside of every environment, tuned by our engineers, hardened for financial services workloads, watching for threats, catching stolen credentials, auditing every privileged action. When something looks wrong on your Calyx environment, a real Microsoft certified engineer picks up the call. US-based, in-house, 24/7, 365. No outsourced help desk, no offshore queue. When you have an emergency at 11 p.m., your platform is down, your team can't close loans, the day is supposed to start in 8 hours, the person on the other end of the line is an ABT engineer, not a script. A few more things worth knowing. Your live data sits in Microsoft data centers with 11 nines of durability. Your nightly backup is in a second Microsoft region with 16 nines. We get audited every year by an outside firm. SOC 2 Type 2, that's the audit of how we handle security. SOC 1, that's the audit of our financial controls. Plus, we're aligned to the federal cybersecurity framework that regulators use. The reports are ready when the auditors come. Your FFIEC, your NCUA, your FDIC or OCC examiner, your CFPB examiner, all those acronyms, your state mortgage regulators, your warehouse lender or your investor due diligence team, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae. The reports are ready before they ask. Pricing is based on your actual cloud usage, not on how many users you have. New installs start at $99 a month. Migrations from your current host get a custom quote based on your data, not your seat count. Migration cutover runs 2 business days or less. Once we've done the scope call and your team approves the cutover window. If you're picking a Calyx hosting partner right now, run this 5-question checklist on every vendor on your shortlist. Number 1, whose name is on the cloud contract that holds my borrower data? Number 2, where does my live data sit and where do my backups go? Number 3, when my loan officer calls support at 11 p.m. with an emergency, who picks up? Number 4, how long does migration actually take? Number 5, what does the bill look like in 5 years if my headcount doubles? The full buyer's guide with the architecture comparison, the durability math, the examiner artifact list, and the pricing breakdown lives on the blog. Look for the link in the description below. If you want to know whether your current hosting passes the auditor's questions today, run a security grade scan at getmygrade.myabt.com. ABT runs the audit. You see what your examiner will see. Subscribe for weekly content built specifically for credit unions, banks, and mortgage companies. I'm Justin Kirsch. See you in the next one.